Earl, I've seen it, I've done it, and I don't want to do it anymore. No person can be a Christian and live as I have. Someday, I hope, we will be able to look back on this just for the sake of forgetting. There was no thrill, there was no glory, no one sang from the halls of Montezuma.
Speaking in February of 1944, Second Lieutenant Bud Cushing had been in the Marine Reserves for 14 months. Huddled in a sandy foxhole in the Central Pacific, bombs pounding the island beach of Roy Namur, the 23-year-old former student was wishing he were back at Colgate. Though the Chenango Valley was half a world away, Cushing drew vast support through extensive correspondence, totaling 306 letters, with one he called his dearest friend in the world, his favorite professor, Dr. Earl Daniels. Their extraordinary relationship would immeasurably help Cushing as he struggled through the trials of war. Frederick Bud Cushing graduated Colgate University in December of 1942. An English major, he was a member of Beta Theta Pi and president of the theater group Mask and Triangle. After graduation, Bud's military training took him from Parris Island, South Carolina, to Officer Candidacy School in Quantico, and finally to North Carolina and eventually Hawaii. All the while, young Cushing confided in Dr. Daniels, exchanging poetry and admitting to him, "Your faith in me has been a great bulwark and buttress to my sinking moments." Cushing's deep bond with Earl Daniels was evident to those he befriended. One friend even wrote to Daniels, saying, "Young Cushing has told me much of you, sir. He has made me conscious of friendship's strength at a time when there seems but little more than life's futility." At last overseas and finished with his training, Bud shared his achievement with Earl, dedicating a poem to him.
We have climbed the mountain, Earl, and I hope you like it, because it is for you. My hand will tremble a little when I write it, because I am excited by it a little. And with it, you will know why I have ended. You will know that you do have the very deepest type of love I own.
It was as if Daniels was as responsible as Cushing for all that Bud had achieved. Bonded by emotional superglue, feelings of depression especially led Bud to rely on Earl.
Last night, tears ran down my face. Never in my life did I feel so lonesome, so lost, and so very far from my home. When sleep finally came, I was in Hamilton, the streets running with slush. My heart was skipping as I dodged puddles down Payne Street to call on you. I am so very grateful to you.
The deep friendship is obvious, and Cushing recognized this, signing off one letter with the following.
Good night, Mr. Daniels. I have said it often, and now I say, good night, Earl, and under my breath, best of friends.
Bud saw the war out to its end, taking part in the invasion of the Marshall Islands and then occupying the Japanese mainland, continuing to write to his second father, Earl Daniels. Their relationship must have produced the deepest impact a professor has had on a student at Colgate.
In a way, Mother made me realize for the first time that I was your son as well as my father's, and yet more than father and son, more than anything I know.